Hey guys, and welcome to part 2 of the F.A.N.G combo guide. If you missed part 1, make sure to check it out by clicking on the links on the screen or in the description below. That being said, we're going to continue on with part 2. Okay, so now we're going to go with some combos after jumping attacks. Like I explained, his jumping roundhouse is a bit tricky to use when you're jumping forward and back, so we're going to use some combos with that. And his jumping heavy punch and his jumping medium kick, which is also really good, and you can use it in ambiguous setups. So I'm going to show a few now. Let me put on one quick rise because I want to show you guys a specific setup with him. So, okay, we got jumping fierce. Something about his jumping heavy punch, which I find really interesting, is that you can control it forward in the air. Right? See? So you can actually press forward. See? And he moves forward. That is really good because sometimes you can just use it like this. Like right here, it won't hit. Like right here. See, it would never hit. And then you just... It catches people off guard because sometimes they're like, oh, let me try to trip guard him. And then you're like, oh, catch you. So with that, it's really good. Now, if you land the jumping heavy punch, you get something very, very important with F.A.N.G that you have to learn. This move is extremely slow. It comes out, I think it's like 13 frames. If you do it too high, I put first attack. Okay. If you do it too high, see? So you have to do it relatively low. Like you have to hit Ryu like around his torso more or less to actually get a combo. Because if you hit him on his head, see, it comes out too slow. If you hit him on his head, you have to go for this one. See? Standing fierce or standing heavy punch into Sotoya heavy. But just keep that in mind, okay? If you're gonna do this, you need to hit him in his torso or lower. Go after the medium. Actually, the one that does the most damage after this is actually crouching medium punch into low Sotoya. You would think that maybe since you're using medium kick into medium Sotoya, it would do more damage, but it doesn't because medium kick's first hit canceled out. Both hits do good damage, but if you cancel out the first hit, it's not enough damage. So you end up doing more damage if you do crouching medium punch into low Sotoya. So this is the combo after a jump fierce. You either do the roundhouse or you do the fierce, right? Now his jump roundhouse. Now this move, you can actually do get a hit if you do it relatively close to the person, like right here. Sometimes it will hit in front if you do it relatively good. Because it has like one specific hit that it hits like cross up. But it's really hard to do. It happens more in the air, actually. So this move, you're gonna mostly use it when you're gonna cross them up. Like if you jump with a cross up, sometimes people try to chase you down when they see you like jump forward. They wanna like follow you up to try to catch you with an anti-air or catch you when you're about to land in the ground. So you can just throw it out there. Like when you're jumping cross up, and the same thing happens with the jump fierce. You can't, if you land it too high off the ground, you get nothing off it. You can't do the roundhouse. If you do it too high, you do his heavy into Sotoya, and since it's a 2-hit move, it'll actually give you enough charge time to do the Sotoya. Okay? So remember that, okay? Too high, you do fierce, and if you do it low enough, you go into the stand roundhouse. And if you jump neutral, when you're jumping neutral, it's a lot easier to do the roundhouse because you can time it really easy. Now, with this move, please try to remember, if you're gonna jump forward, you go for the fierce or you go for the medium. Do not go for this. People sometimes actually like, and it's like instinct, like it's sometimes like bad habit or second nature and you just go for a jump roundhouse. But remember that it's gonna go to the other side if you jump forward, right? And if you wanna do it like to keep people out, maybe you jump back and do it, but that's about it. this move, his jumping medium kick, to me is really, really good. It's actually an instant overhead. This move you can actually, if the person's crouching, it'll hit one hit. If you do a fuzzy guard, which is that the person blocks, let's say that he blocks the first hit, like this. Yeah, I'm putting in the after. Okay. He's blocking the first attack, right? So you can do something. See? And because of the block stun, he can't crouch. And you get the 2 hits instead of 1. Because if you do something that doesn't have too much block stun, then he'll have the time to crouch and you're gonna get 1 hit. But if you do a fuzzy, see right there, I would have gotten maybe 1 hit. But here I get 2. That's really good. And if you land, okay, he has normal recovery. Okay, good. He has normal recovery and stand. Now his jumping medium kick, it's 2 hits as well. So if you land it pretty high, same thing. You don't get combos. But the good thing about it is that if he lands in this move, you're gonna use it if you want to land in front. You can actually cross up with this. It's really hard, but you can actually do it. See? But particularly, I'll use it when I'm pretty sure that I'm gonna land in the front, and I'll just go for this. Standing jab, standing medium kick into low Ryobenda, low smoke screen. Or medium slash, or low splash, whichever. Now, the good thing about this is that you get a really good confirm. So if you do this and by any chance you missed, by the time you do the jab into the medium kick, you should be able to more or less know if you landed it or not. Okay? So, see, I did it too far. Now, the reason why I wanted you guys to check out something with F.A.N.G is that there's something interesting that I have to go over with another video actually. And it's that his knockdowns, the distance varies depending on which normal you canceled into a special move. I'm gonna explain this very simply. The distance that he gets off a crouching medium punch into low Sotoya is not where he leaves the opponent or where F.A.N.G stands right after it is not the same distance if he does standing medium kick into low Sotoya. It's not actually the same distance, okay? Because crouching medium punch, for some reason, pushes you a bit farther. So for some setups, you'll actually are gonna depend on whether you wanna do this to keep a certain distance or if you're gonna do the low one. So with him, keeping that in mind, oh, and the medium one actually does a different distance as well. So with F.A.N.G, check this out. Like I'm gonna finish a combo and I'm gonna jump, right? He's blocking, right? Let me just take away the block so you guys can see it. Or let's just leave the block. So we're gonna do this into his low Sotoya, right? And I'm gonna jump, right? Okay, I got that, right? Landed in front. Do it again. Doesn't hit. Whiffs completely. Okay. Now we're gonna do his standing medium kick into his low Sotoya. Lands in front. Whiffs as well. But if I do his standing medium kick right after the standing heavy kick and I do medium Sotoya, lands in front. I get the cross up. So on characters that don't have DPs, and if you see that they quick rise, not back roll, because if they back roll, then you have to do another setup. There are other setups where you can use up balls and then cancel into EX command dash to keep the pressure going. So with F.A.N.G, you have to be pretty keen on noticing the patterns on that person's wake up so that you can actually build an offense right after you get a knockdown, okay? But if this character, let's put the stun, right? Normal stun, he's not on counter hit, and he's not gonna block, and he's on normal recovery. So now let's restart that so we can more or less see how much the damage would be. So let's say he crouched, right? You know what? Let's just put him crouched. That way we can see it even better. So now we're gonna do this all over again. That didn't combo because I did it too high. Yep, I did it again. See, that's what I said. If you do this really low, but you can actually get the full combo. Okay, so now I'm gonna show the mix-up that you can do after his medium sotoya. Like I showed you earlier, if you do the medium kick into medium sotoya and you press up forward right after it. If you do jumping medium kick, you land in front. If you do jumping heavy kick, you cross them up. And the thing is that you can get like that mix-up. That's if they quick rise. So you have to be really keen on, you know, adapting to their wake-up options, okay? Keep that in mind. So I'm gonna do a quick mix-up and let's see to what it leads us, okay? Okay, that's pretty good. As you can see, I got 2 hits. I actually want 1 from the jump medium kick, so let's do that again. So if they crouch, since it's an instant overhead, you actually get the full damage. And at some point, I never wasted meter, so if by any chance you happen to have the super, let's do everything completely like right after, just so you can get the damage. Right? That is a lot of damage off of just 2 mix-ups. And one of them, if I mention it, like the last one, the instant overhead, it's practically guaranteed that they're gonna take the instant overhead. But see, that's something really important. The whole standing medium kick into medium sotoya is a really good mix-up opener, actually, if the character doesn't have a DP. Or if he's just doing quick rise, if he's not doing back roll. But we will look for other patterns where you can actually like punish back rolls, because people tend to back roll a lot more. But F.A.N.G actually has really good setups for back rolls. So we're gonna go with that in the next episode, okay? Not yet. So now we're gonna move on to his counter hit combos. He has a lot of counter hit combos and good confirms right after them. So, oh, I'm gonna explain the whole multi-hit thing because he has something actually relatively unique compared to other characters, which I'm gonna explain right now. Okay, now we go to a very cool, interesting part with him, which we need to keep an eye out for everything because, like I said, he has really short spans for hit confirms. He's actually like a 2 hit confirm kind of thing. So you have to really learn to confirm off his counter hits. So we're gonna go with same thing as with the basic combos for Bison. We're gonna go counter hits with low attacks, counter hits with medium attacks, counter hits with heavy attacks. So we're gonna start off with his low attacks, okay? So standing low punch, on normal hit, it's +4. On counter hit, it's +6. So that means, no, I'm sorry. Standing light punch is actually +5 on hit. Counter hit, it's +7. So that means that after a standing low punch, I can actually combo his crouching medium punch. I can also combo his standing medium punch. See? Okay, so now we're gonna move on to his counter hit combos. He has a lot of good counter hit combos. I'm gonna do exactly the same thing as I did for Bison. Like I did with the basic combos, we're gonna go with counter hits with low attacks, counter hits with medium attacks, into heavy attacks, and so on. So we're gonna go start off with the light attacks. His standing light punch is +5 on hit. On counter hit, it's +7. That means you can do standing light punch into crouching medium punch. You can do standing light punch into standing medium punch. And that's about it. Because this one, he already combos it with non-counter hit. Oh, but there's one specific thing. This is really specific. If you do max range standing light punch, you actually get an extra frame advantage and you can do his standing fierce. That actually combos max distance. Let me do it once. See? That's not something you can actually confirm If anything, if you more or less learn the distance, you can try it. But I don't recommend it because there's no way of, it's really hard to set up that specific distance. So just go for standing jab into crouching medium punch or standing jab into standing medium punch. And remember, if you get this pretty far, it doesn't matter. Because if you cancel, like I said, if you cancel his stand medium punch, he moves forward. So you're always gonna get your combo if you do that. Now with his crouching medium punch, you might not be able to knock him down, see? But you can just go for his EX. So what you need to learn is, you need to learn that after this jab, like you're gonna do your string, because you can't confirm a jab on counter hit. You're gonna do your string into this, or into this. If they block it, then you don't do anything else. But if it hits, then you confirm it, right? Because by the time you do this into this, once you see the medium punch actually connecting right after your jab, because you already did your jab, you should be able to confirm. Okay? So you need to practice to do hit confirms off his counter hit jabs or his counter hit standing low kicks, light kicks, or his crouching light kick, because standing light kick is +4. It's +4 on hit, and on counter hit it's +6, which means that you can combo his crouching medium punch as well. So if you're around this area, you can do that. See? Max range is about, see? Doesn't reach right there, but right there. See? And if you want the knockdown, then you just, see, you'll do your EX, right? Now his crouching light kick, same thing. +6 on block, +4 on hit, +6 on counter hit. See? So you need to learn to actually confirm. I usually, when I'm rushing people, like trying to build an offense, I'll go for the short and I'll do this right after. I'll do it right after. And if I see that the medium punch is already comboing a 2-hit combo, then I'll just go for the cancel. So it's very important that you know how to convert your light attacks. Also, his crouching light punch is actually, I think it's +3 on hit. So you can't combo anything off of it, unless if it's counter hit. So since it's +3 on hit, on counter hit it's actually +5, which means you can do this. You can do a standing medium kick. See? So you could actually you can do it as a block string, and if you see that the jab hits, you'll just do the medium kick into a F.A.N.G if you want to be a bit safer. Or you can just go ahead and do the slash, right? The dash punch. Also Toya. Okay, so that's pretty much all of his light attacks. I did his standing jab, I did his crouching jab, I did his standing short, crouching short. That's pretty much all his counter hit combos right after that. Like I already explained, this is a really good one, his standing medium punch, because it puts you close to do an ender and it's actually a lot better. And now we're gonna go on with his medium attacks on counter hit, okay? So let's go for that now. Okay, now I'm gonna go on with his medium attacks and counter hit. His combos off of a counter hit medium, his standing medium punch doesn't give you anything, and his crouching medium punch neither. So his crouching medium kick actually gives you a lot of frame advantage. You can actually do this into his crouching medium punch on counter hit. This is an even easier confirm because this is actually 2 hits. And then you get a 3rd hit with the crouching medium punch, and you cancel. So that's pretty good to hit confirm if you throw it out there, if you're like doing this. And it gives you enough time to charge. Like you can just be walking forward and then you down back and you get the charge. See? Like if you see my inputs, let me just show my inputs right here. Let me just do restart, right? I'm walking, down back. See? I get my charge. If you do it relatively close, you get his standing medium kick. See? And you can cancel that as well. You already know that we can do this. This was his normal combo. He can't do 7 frame normals. He's at most, he's +6 on counter hit. But what I wanted to explain about counter hits with F.A.N.G, which is very interesting since we're in his mediums, which are 2 hits, his mediums. this is something that I wanted to explain. In Street Fighter 4, I'm gonna use Street Fighter 4 as reference because it's an easier way to explain it. In Street Fighter 4, if you had a multi-hit normal that would get 2 hits, the counter hit advantage would only apply to the first hit, not the second one. The only way that you could get the plus advantage on hit in Street Fighter 4 off a multi-hit move was that if the person did a focus and you did a 2-hit normal and they absorbed the first one, then the second one hit on counter hit, well then you'd get the frame advantage. But in any other circumstance, it would not. F.A.N.G in particular, his multi-hit combo, his multi-hit attacks, his 2-hit attacks, the frame advantage actually moves on to the second hit. So normally, if it were Street Fighter 4, my frame advantage would only be in the first hit, not the second one. But in Street Fighter 5, for some reason, F.A.N.G actually gets his frame advantage even after the second hit. So that allows him to do multi-hits, which actually make it even easier to confirm because they're 2-hit normals. And you get the frame advantage. That to me is completely new in this game because that was not in Street Fighter 4 that I remember. So it's a lot better. So another combo, so now we already know the combos off of crouching medium kick. His standing medium kick is +3 on hit, normal hit, which means you don't get other combos. But on counter hit, it's +5, which means he cannot combo his crouching medium punch, but he can do, see? He can do standing medium kick into standing medium kick. If he's close, because obviously if you're too far, see? But if you're gonna do like a dash in, to like make them think that you're gonna do a throw, and you do this comes out in 5. So if the person reacts just 1 to 2 frames late, this is gonna hit him on counter hit, see? And you get that. Or you get this, you do the medium one, and remember the setup. See? And happy blocking, I guess. Now, something that you might think is like, but when they're crouching, it doesn't hit. Well, when it comes to F.A.N.G, apparently, even if the second hit whiffs, the frame advantage still applies to the +5. Well, at first I thought that it wasn't going to be enough advantage because of the 2 hits, but actually he recovers in time no matter what. So you still get the same combo. See? And you get the same mix-up. Since he's crouching, it's not going to hit, obviously. But you get the same thing. Because obviously if they see you jump, they're going to stand block. They're not going to crouch block. But that's something really good to know, so that if you by any chance did this and you got a counter hit, don't think that you can't do anything else because the second hit didn't hit. You can actually do his combo no matter what. So that's good to know. That's pretty much all the things he has with his mediums on counter hits. Now we're gonna move on to his heavy attacks, and again, multi-hits, it's really interesting. So we're gonna move on to that right now, okay? Okay, we're now moving on to his heavy attacks. Like what I've explained earlier with the mediums, his 2-hit normals, the frame advantage moves on even to the second normal, right? So his stand roundhouse is no different. His stand roundhouse, actually, his normal combos were already his crouching medium punch, right? And his close standing medium kick, right? But on counter hit, the advantage moves on to the second hit, so you can actually do standing fierce, standing heavy punch right after the roundhouse. And since it's 2 hits and it's really slow, if you see the counter hit, you can confirm it. And that leaves for a lot of damage. You can also do this into standing medium punch as well, or this into crouching medium kick. See? Sorry. See, that doesn't reach. But the most important thing is this one, actually. Because then the whole damage leads up to a lot. It's almost half your life right there. So keep that in mind when you're doing a standing roundhouse. His down forward heavy punch and counter hit doesn't lead to anything. Crouching fierce doesn't lead to anything either. His crouching heavy kick is a crush counter, because all the sweeps in this game are crush counter on counter hit. And his standing heavy punch is also crush counter when it hits on counter hit. So the combos that you get off a crush counter standing fierce, if you're close enough, you can do standing fierce into standing fierce, or standing fierce into crouching roundhouse. Now, if you block the DP and you know you're gonna get a crush counter heavy punch, then you're gonna do, this is the combo that you're supposed to do. Heavy punch into low command dash into another heavy punch into Sotoya. See? Because the thing with the heavy punch on crush counter is that if you land it too far, see? It doesn't reach. So when you land it too far, you either go for the roundhouse, right, to get the 2 hits, but this can also go in a bad way if it hits too far, like around here. It can actually miss one of the hits. So let me just try to, let me see if I can get it to only hit really far, like around here, I think. See? And when it whiffs like that, you get punished. It's really unsafe when it does that. But the good thing about it is that after this, even if it's far, you can actually tap forward and then do it. See? To just make sure that you get both hits. So you have to just tap forward. Don't walk, just do one small little tap and then you get it. Okay? Because the frame advantage is a lot. But there's actually an option select with throw that you do standing heavy punch, throw, then you do the low command dash, the light command dash. And if the heavy punch hits on normal hit, you don't get the command dash, and if it hits on crush counter, you get the command dash. Okay? I'm doing it right there on the inputs, as you can see. So let me just put him on random counter hit so that we guys can. Okay. See, I got it right there. See? I'm not getting it, but you see that I'm doing the same input. See? I did it too fast. See? See, and the good thing about it is that you do that. Did it too. Okay, let me do it one more time to see if I can get it to actually do it. I think you missed a charge, that's the only problem. Let me see. See, it's really hard to get the charge right after because since you're doing this late, you're not actually buffering it since the beginning. It's a lot harder. See? So I think you can late cancel it. Let me see. Let's see if you can late cancel it. Yeah, it doesn't look like that. No. Well, anyways, but that's good to know actually, because then you get the, if you actually do land it, then you actually get the, you can do, that actually combos, but you have to be really close. But you can just do, sorry, too fast. But you can actually just do the trigger right after that. That's what you get. So, now that we're done with the heavy attacks, we got down to his crush counters. Now we're gonna go for something specific with him because unlike Bison, he actually has a lot of juggles in certain situations. So we're gonna go now to his juggle combos because there are certain moves that you can land on the air that you actually get a follow-up right after. If you do any EX moves, sometimes you don't even need an EX. So we're gonna go over that right now so that anytime you get a hit, you can actually convert it off to some more damage, maybe get a poison right after. So let's just move on to that. Okay, so that's the end of part 2. Hope you're enjoying the new format that we're doing with the combo guides. If you want to check out the rest of the combo guides or additional content, you can check out on the links on the screen or in the description below. Make sure to give us a like, subscribe to our channel, or comment and tell us what you think. And I'll see you guys in part 3.